After 5 years of playing in people's garages and small local venues, Pine Sol Detox finally made it big. The 4 members, Blossom, Georgia, Sky, and Emily, were signed to Pass the Bowl Records in 2003. They went on to sell more than 50,000 copies of their CD, Hit Them Where It Counts. Yet after so much struggle, the girls' glory quickly ran out when drummer Georgia left the band to stay at home with her newborn son Jeffrey. Now, Indie News presents the inside story on tonight's The In Crowd, your source for music news for those hard-to-reach places. The struggle to find a new drummer has made the girls moody, and especially with this year's Twisted Music Tour only 2 months away, the band's tensions are running high. Is this the end of Pine Sol Detox?
Do you know how hard it is to find a female drummer? Let alone a drummer who can handle George's old drum lines. That chick could kill you with just noise.
Women just don't have the upper body strength to play drums like that. Except Georgia, of course.
How long have you known the other girls in the band?
Well, I went to high school with Blossom, and she was a senior, and I was a freshman, and I really idolized her. But she was kind of dark, and I was kind of happy, so we never really hung out much. But a few years ago, she called me, and in high school, I was bass player for our school's jazz band, and she said she was starting up a themed all-girls band, and it sounded cool, so I agreed to join. And then I met Georgia and Sky at our first practice, and they were kind of hesitant at first, but once they heard me play, they agreed to let me join the band.
So, Sky, how did you meet Blossom?
College.
And who would you say influences your music?
Jesus. Can we wrap this up? I've got auditions in a few minutes.
Of course. Do you think you and the girls would mind if I tagged along for the auditions? I mean, we could get some great footage of you and...
No.
But we're making a show about your band looking for drummers.
Yeah, no. You just get in the way.
I promise we won't. Fine. You know, I'm getting the strong sense that none of you really like me.
Nope.
Right. What's with the salt shaker? What bands would you say influence you as a musician?
Oh my gosh, I love the Dixie Chicks. I just saw them live, and wow, they're so amazing. They have so much heart, and their lyrics are so true.
Right. How would you say they're handling Georgia's early retirement?
They're great. Well, they're okay. Oh, that's a lie. But they'll be fine. They're tough. You know my girls. It'll take more than this to rattle them.
So, as the brains of Pine Sol Detox, one of the most popular all-girl hardcore bands to ever hit the indie scene, how are you handling the situation with Georgia?
I'm alright.
You don't seem too broken up over Georgia's departure.
Are you kidding me? This is devastating. We built our reputation on being a badass all-girl band. Emphasis on the girl part. We need a female drummer, and we need one who can kick ass. Did you know Georgia kept playing shows until she was in her 8th month of pregnancy? How many girls would do that?
How is home life treating you, Georgia?
What? Sorry. There's a little old lady from Tennessee. She's totally about to win both showcases. I don't want that tool she's playing against to win that boat. I want a boat. Oh, yeah, it's awesome. I love being home with Jason.
You mean Jeffrey?
Did I mention I want a boat?
Wouldn't you say staying in Pine Sol Detox would be the best way for you to get a boat?
Are you kidding? Blossom's the one that went to business school. She made us all sign these contracts, practically making us her music slaves. Oh yeah, it was fun, but Blossom's the only one who'll be buying a boat anytime soon.
As I understand it, you and Georgia have always been the closest two in the band. Is that correct?
Yeah, we were sisters.
Well, you two are widely known as the original driving forces behind the
Are
band.
you kidding? She's totally the McCartney to my Lennon.
Wait, so you were both the driving forces behind the band?
Please. That bitch could play the drums, but she could never write a song.
Well, why aren't the other band members as upset as you over Blossom's contracts?
Because we're famous. And you just don't with Blossom.
So, how is the loss of Georgia affecting you?
Oh, well, you know.
Not really, hence the question.
Well, the tour's coming up so soon, and Blossom didn't think it would be so hard to find a replacement, and she's getting kind of tough to deal with, and kind of yells a lot and scares me. And
On a brighter note, why does Sky carry around her own salt shaker?
oh, that. Well, we don't really talk much, and I don't know.
So, you don't think Paul McCartney could write a song?
Hell no. Yesterday sucks. Lennon was the only one who could write.
Well, he wrote more songs than just Yesterday.
He was just jealous of Lennon.
Wait, wasn't Lennon a total douche?
Everyone's just jealous because John's prettier. It's not his fault Paul got knocked up.
I'm beginning to sense no one in this band is actually talking about what they're talking about anymore. So, what's the deal with Sky's salt shaker?
What the Oh my god, that tool, he won the showcase. Cheating doesn't deserve the showcase. The slut doesn't deserve the boat. I wanted the boat.
You were never going to get the boat. Jerry, as the girls' manager, you must be pretty close with them. Am I right?
Yes, in fact, I love them as if they were my very own.
So, spending this much time with the girls must mean you know pretty much all their little secrets, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
I know the girls care about each other dearly and protect each other, but I couldn't help noticing...
Hey, wait a second here. What exactly are you getting at, pal?
I just feel that there are some unspoken issues with a certain band member that the girls are trying to protect.
Listen, what's her name? Blossom and I do on our own time? That's our own goddamn business. We're both consenting adults.
I was talking about Sky's personal salt shaker.
Yeah? Well, whoop-de-friggin' do.
Didn't you just describe Blossom as a daughter? As a single woman, many are surprised at George's decision to keep the identity of Jeffrey's father a secret. Do you care to comment?
I thought you were doing a documentary about us looking for a new drummer.
Yeah, how's that going anyway? So, how long have you and Blossom been in a romantic relationship?
What romantic relationship?
In our last interview, you implied that you and Blossom were intimate.
Who's Blossom?
Maybe you could enlighten us about Sky's need for her own personal salt shaker. Is it kosher? I mean, she doesn't really look Jewish, but I guess I can see it.
Why the would a Hasidic Jew be in a hardcore band?
Well, just because you don't believe in Jesus doesn't mean you can't like extreme music.
I told Jerry this was a stupid idea.
There seems to be a great deal of hidden drama in this band. Care to comment?
No.
Okay, well... Who is Jeffrey's father?
What does that have to do with anything?
No! I've had it up to here with you freaks! Answer the question!
Jerry.
What? Isn't he sleeping with Blossom?
Yes, he cheated on Georgia with her. That's why Georgia left the band.
Okay, well, Jerry and Blossom are obviously f***ing. Georgia seems mentally unstable. Emily is just Emily, and you. You! You and that salt shaker, what was that? That was weird! You can't just do weird like that and then expect it to slide. Oh! And why don't you care about your crappy contract?
Because Blossom scares me.
And why is Sky carrying around a salt shaker in her bra? Her bra? Again, what's with the salt shaker?
Out. Out.
So, I heard you made Emily cry.
Yes, I guess I got a little carried away there.
Uh-huh.
Yes, the remaining members of Pint Soul Detox now have a restraining order on me.
Well, now you know everything there is to know about us. Satisfied?
I don't care about you freaks and who you sleep with. I just want to know what the is with the salt shaker.
Well, buddy, that's where Sky keeps her drugs.
Actually, no. I had my interns look at the powdery contents of this shaker, and it appears to be ground up mummy. A common cure for morning sickness while carrying a child in 16th century Europe. Why a woman of contemporary times would take it? Well, I have no idea.
Mummy dust? That's nonsense. All right, listen. I didn't want to have to tell you this, but really, you leave me no choice. Sky and I were married a few years ago, and well, we had a child together. It was stillborn. That completely crushed her psyche. It ruined our marriage. So, we decided to have the child cremated. And now, every once in a while, she sprinkles it on her food. That's how she keeps her child close to her.
That's disgusting.
Perhaps to some, but that's how Sky copes with it. I wouldn't expect you to understand.
Actually, it's a combination of sodium chloride and ammonium chloride mixed with lactose and cream of tartar.
Excuse me?
It's a no-sodium salt substitute commonly found in named
Dude,
supermarkets.
what the is your
stores.
deal? I have high blood pressure.
Why didn't you just tell me that 2 weeks ago? It would have not been a big deal then.
Okay, maybe you shouldn't violate the restraining order the band has against you. I'm just calling the cops.
What? No, you're not to call the cops. It was for journalistic integrity.
So do I get paid now, or are you guys going to send me a check?
Man, this job.